And today I'm taking a look at Silverbolt. No, I just jest. Is he air raid? Hi everyone, this is Triple T, and today I'm taking a look at Fans Toys FT-30E Jester, not Ethereon. We will take a look at him when I got all the components. And this is, of course, their Slingshot and no other name. And this looks really good. You might think that you get everyone with this bot, but you don't. You just get that one. And it's not just, it's wow. We'll get into that in my conclusion at the end of the video. If we turn this box around, it comes dangerously close to my camera. And here we have, of course, Ethereon. You can see how he looks like a toy Ethereon. No, like a cartoon Ethereon and the toy one. And you can build a base, as we probably all know already. Here we have some alt mode pictures of Jester. And yeah, that's about it for the box. In the box, he comes with a collector's card. Well, several collector's cards, actually, but this is Jester's or Slingshot's review, so we will take a look at this card. Nicely done. And a very hefty manual. Well done, though I haven't really read more than the base mode part, because everything is just easy. He comes with a normal face, and this face is actually the one that's installed on him when you get him out of the box. But he's too stern. I think this is more of a Joker, so I put that smiling face on, and we're going to look at that in a while. He comes with two handguns, dual-barreled ones, done in a very shiny gunmetal grey. So this is a perfect score for me. I like this so much. And you can fold the handles down so they can actually peg under the wings. Really, really nice. And now let's get up close and personal with him. And as you can see, I've put the smiling face on because I like that. I think it's more his character. I think, at least. And we can see that he has a beautiful face sculpt here. I like the coloration. I have a little bit of paint scrapage on top there, but maybe that's just a molding. Yeah, that's probably just a molding. Forget about that. You have some nicely colored arms here. They're, what, pearlescent white, maybe? Yeah. And of course, I've already put insignia here. So, yeah. He has some strangely proportioned crotch pieces here, but never mind. And some really nice looking legs. And what I like is that he has some heel spurs, so he doesn't fall over, even if you want to, well, put him in different poses. Because his backpack, people, look at this epic backpack. It is very big. It's correct, I think, cartoon correct, but still, it's a very hefty backpack. And transforming the backpack includes actually folding plastic over plastic, and I don't really fancy that, but it works, and I know people are having troubles with that part, and I'll show you how I solved it when we get to that, because I think that my solution actually is the best one, so you don't have to bend as much plastic as you would otherwise. So, for articulation, the head can go all the way around. It can look up, it can look down, and of course you can make it go like that if you want to. You don't want to, but you can. The arms can go all the way around, out to the side. And you have a bicep swivel, 90 degree at the elbow there. And of course, you have the very nice fingers and hands here. They are not splayable, but who cares? These look so good. And the gun actually does tab very well in here. So I like. You have some rotation at the waist here. No ab crunch, but you don't really need it. Fold these up so we can see what his legs can do. And they do collide quite severely quite fast. A bit better to the side, but still colliding, and backwards colliding as well. You have a 90-degree at the knee, very nice ratchet, and of course you can tilt his feet to breakage levels of tiltage. So you can put him in a fairly nice stance if you want to. These tend to go up. You can have them down. I can show you the difference here. So you can actually get a bit more range out of that. Not much, but he becomes a bit taller. I think he looks a bit too tall here with too small body compared to the legs, but it works. It looks fairly good, but you don't get that much more articulation out of him. If you look at the backpack, you can angle these pieces and the wings out and in and up and down and rotate them a bit. Not that much, but you can. And as you probably guessed, I prefer them a bit up, because this is too tall, of course. But let's keep him this way for now, shall we? You can, of course, bring in his guns and tab them into the palm. Of course, like that. Be mindful of the thumb, because every time you hear a sound, it is probably the thumb, and that's not good. But as you can see, he can dual wield and shoot Decepticons to his heart's content. Bam, bam, boom, or whatever sound he would make. Now, for comparison, here is Seder Toys' version of Slingshot. And as you can see, they are quite different. They're going for different aesthetics, I think. I think this is the more toy-accurate one. You can also see the difference in quality fairly apparently here. So, yeah. I'm not going to miss the Seder Toys set after this, unfortunately. But there you have that. And to show him off with some other combiners, here we have Magic Square Brawl. And of course, my favorite go-to combiner, Scavenger or Devastator. And you can see how they look together, and they look great, I think. I am happier with him in the lower position, because he becomes more of his size. So to show that off, and this is him in a shorter version, and now you can see he's somewhere in between these two, and that just looks better in my eye, at least perspective-wise. And here you have him with his brothers-in-arms, Fireflight. And as you can see, he's a bit shorter, so again, if you want him taller for this comparison, here he is with his legs folded upwards. And for some reason, that makes him a bit back-heavy. But there you go, they are about the same height, or he may actually be a bit taller, for some reason. One accessory that he comes with is, of course, the hand, and I'm going to apply this soon enough. And of course, he comes with the body of Superion. And you can take this apart, and I will do that in another video, but not until I've got all the Aerialbots here. So, yep, but this is so good. I will show you how it looks with the two arms I have on in just a minute. Now, to transform him, we have to hide the hands, rotate them in, make sure they are in a gripping pose. Fold this up, hinge the arm in, and close that back up. If you have seen my former transformation of Fireflights, you know how this goes. Push this up and do it evenly so you don't break anything. Fold out the arms to the side, untab these, Open that up. And hinge this piece upwards. Now, everything just wants to fight you here. So see to it that this piece is loose and up as much as it can be. And again, we need to move some plastic like that around. And now he's fairly tall. You fold his arms down, you scooch them inwards, outwards, and finally inwards again. So they actually tab in there. So towards you, outwards, and finally inwards like that. And these two pegs are gonna go into those ports, and they don't hold in, so you have to push these sides in, like so. Fold the heel spurs in. Fold the heel spurs in. And then the feet, of course. And then you come to this little tab here, because this is what allows you to scooch the leg upwards. And when you got it just right, you can close this back in. Like that. You're gonna splay the legs out. You scooch this outwards, like so. And remember, these are supposed to be underneath the white pieces on the knees. So fold that in and just tap that together. And that's one side done. Then you press these together for now. And since we have the hand here, let's just bring that in and push that on. Push it all the way in. And then you can rest that on there. Of course, it will rotate so. Now we come to the wings here. We fold this piece out and about. It's going to tab in here. And we do the same thing with this side, of course. Out and about. And then we push this whole section. You can see you have a little arm here. A die-cast arm, thankfully, because it's needed, trust me. Fold that down as far as you can. And when you are in the right position, these side just tabs in. And everything looks like it should. The head is actually going to be rotated down like so. And this is how you want things looking, except for these. These need to be opened. And maybe I should do that before I close that up. And these can be folded backwards like that, so they are out of the way. And now I'm going to get his brothers in arms transformed, and we'll just put these on the body of Superion for funsies. And to get the arms on, you just slide them down. I say just. Like that, and he's still very stable, which is nice. On this side, you have to flip a little piece up, then go. And there you have the toy accurate Superion's upper body with two nice arms here. And if you fold this upwards, this tends to sometimes plop off and just split the arm, but today it held in very good. The waist doesn't always stay where it should, but who cares? It's Superion and he looks magnificent. Yes, I've already put a signia there. And as you can see, I don't have Silverbolt or the leg bots, but he's still very, very sturdy, or stable, I mean. So he looks very good. Looks very good indeed. You can adjust these pieces a bit if you want them to be further in, but otherwise they do look like this, for good or bad. I may actually have the legs forward on both bots in this mode, so they will actually be the same length, because now they don't look like the same length. Let's see if they are. Now, as you can see, that is a bit longer, so next time I'm going to put this with the little hinge down instead. But still, you get the gist of it. Now, to get this out, you just unhinge that, put that to the side, fold that down, and this you just pull up. I say just, but, well, you get my picture. It's fairly easy. And they are sturdy bots, except for the wing on this one. I really don't like this, because it just pops off by the slightest touch. And I'm not used to fancy toys doing that. So it's a fairly nice arm mode all in all, and a fairly sturdy one as that. So let's get him into airplane mode. Scooch this hand out. Or yeah, you're supposed to do that to the other side, like so. And now we fold these all the way up, like so. Untab these from the sides. They are gonna go and be angled forward and tab in here. So, yeah. Now we unhinge this, as I wrongly did before. And hinge this forward. Now we open that up. We get the head tab back in. We close this up and hide the face. Close the chest. And you can now fold out this little landing piece, if you're able to. I need a tool of some kind. This doesn't really peg in, which is a bit annoying, but still, it works. Lift this up and lift it. Okay, we do it this way then. We separate these sides, then we lift up that one, so it comes to there. Fold these backwards. You don't need to tab those in just yet. And now we're going to unpeg this and fold that back as far as you can. Now, this is where the plastic stretching around plastic is going to take place. Now, if you fold it like this, you can just maneuver it past that instead of having to bend a lot of things. I'm always scared to bend these for some reason. Let's just bend everything so it's on the same side. And now everything is just as it should be. Now we need to hinge this little piece with the sides here. We need to hinge it forward while keeping it underneath this. And at the same time, we're going to have these on the outside. So yeah, this is... And as you can see, these tabs are going to go in there later on. But first, we're going to have to angle the side pieces out a bit. It's just easier for everyone. Like that. And again, push forward. Tab these sides in, and angle the wings down and press until they are secured into the body. Press this down. And now we need to come to these, and they are supposed to just tab in, and now they did. They've never done that before. I had to stretch some things, but nice. You fold the wings up, and you can angle them a bit there, hook them over that, and that tab is going into there. And you can, of course, use the hinge here to do that hooking over thing. But yeah, that is how you want things looking. Come to the back. Now you close those up. You tab the back section in, and these pegs are going to go into these niches here. So just push that in and angle these properly, and then just fold those wheels down, and there you have Slingshot in his alt mode. And it looks so good. And of course, you can take his blasters, fold the handle back, and on the bottom of the wings, you can just push those in. And now he can shoot Decepticons, not Autobots, to his heart's content. And you can still open this little cockpit thing up, and you have some nice detailing in there. I don't think you can see it. And you have a seat, which looks like it has upholstery. So that's very nice. But this is more for transformation than anything else. It rolls fairly good on my surface. And it holds together like a lump of brick. I mean, there is nothing loose here at all. Nothing, nowhere. What you can do is articulate these so they can be forward or backwards. You have a little tab here that actually holds them in place on the side there, if that's something you want. And that's what he looks like from above. From beneath, this is him coming at you. And this is him running away. This is a very, very, very nice airplane mode, I must say. And for comparison, here is Zeta Toys' version of Slingshot. And you can see they are quite different in coloration, but fairly similar otherwise. You have a bit more of tempographs and stuff like that on the Zeta Toys, but they are aiming for different things. This is more the cartoon accurate, and that's more the toy accurate, I think, version of these toys. What I do like better on the Zeta are actually these turbines or wind intakes or whatever you call them, because this just looks strange. This might be more cartoon accurate, but I actually like the detailing of this. I don't know if you can see that. There is a big difference here. Otherwise, I've always liked this one, but when I got this into plane mode for the first time, I was sold. This is just so good. So very, very good in every way. And just for funsies, here is Zeta Toys Fireflight, or Headless Nick, as I like to call him. And in jet plane mode, I think all looks very, very good. But if we discuss quality and longevity, Fans Toys is winning out with a landslide. Because these, I've had them for like 4 years, and they are falling apart, and they were falling apart from the beginning. And they were a re-release, the metallic version, so they were fairly newly made, and they still just fell apart. And of course, Fireflight still falls apart to this day. I've glued that head back together so many times, and it holds for a while, and then I try to transform it and it just plops off again. So these two will be going in the garbage bin when I am done with Superion comparisons. Now for my conclusion, I love this bot. It looks so good, it handles well, and in both airplane mode and in robot mode, it's really, really sturdy and nothing feels loose or breakable or anything. I love that. The transformation is not as fun as the Fireflight, but still, it works. And I think this is going to stand the test of time a bit better than their Fireflight, due to the fact that the wing on Fireflight, at least on my copy, keeps popping off. But this is a very good bot. He is looking amazing, he's posable, and yes, he has a backpack that goes on for days, but still, I like that way better than the alternative. So I am really, really, really happy with him. He gets a masterpiece score of 9. There are some things I think could have been done better, like not having to bend plastic through plastic and so on. Would I have liked these to not be as visible? Yes, of course. But still, this is better than being hollow-armed and stuff like that other companies are doing. So kudos, Fans Toys. This is a strong recommendation from me, and if you like the Aerialbot and haven't gotten into Fans Toys rendition yet, you should, because you don't want to miss out. Unless you don't like the Aerialbot, of course. But I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care.